I was living with two friends of mine, and one of them, Melinda Todd, was AmeriCorps here in 1998. And she was the volunteer manager for like 5 years after that here. And then she was like, I used to do AmeriCorps. So I went through many bouts of unemployment during my early days. And I remember thinking, oh, AmeriCorps, that's a way to solve my money problems. That was when we started Richmond Hills out in Eflin. So I was there for a year. It was 4 of us. I was done with AmeriCorps. Tyler asked me if I'd wanted to come on. So then I came on staff, and then my job was to direct the AmeriCorps. And then my first year leads into Jeni.
Yeah. I started in August of 2002. I had been teaching high school in Wisconsin. I had an American government class, and they were required to do service, and so that's kind of how I got wind of AmeriCorps. I also was like, wow, it's kind of cold up here. I'd like to change the scenery. But I actually was searching the AmeriCorps program just generally, and this is just one, because AmeriCorps has a partnership with Habitat. There were just so many positions in this area, and this is the area that I was targeting, that I was like, hey, I'm kind of handy. It's a stretch, but I think I can learn. And because I was a teacher, I think Tyler was willing to give me a shot because I might be good at explaining things. And I ended up serving when I guess your first permanent staff year.
Yes.
And so it was myself and 3 AmeriCorps and Richard. Tyler was in and out and also trained us, but most of what I learned came from Richard.
Who had been doing it for 1 year.
Yeah, but you're very good at it.
And was a baker before that.
Yeah.
Never did any shop classes, never did really anything in construction at all before I came here. But just kind of took to it pretty quickly. And it's like, especially back then, so varied. You just did so much different stuff. It would be like you're leading a group doing framing one day, the next day you're like doing touch-up paint, the next day you're building stairs. It was just like, it's kind of a nice job because it was like all over the place. Like do one day framing something and be like, okay, now you're ready to lead 20 people.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Yes, exactly.
I served 2 years with Orange before moving on to other Habitat affiliates. It's weird coming back here because even though it's been like 20 years, coming back here is very familiar. It's like coming home. It's funny, Richard, because I always saw you doing what you're doing now. I know you left here briefly, and I was like, I heard it through the grapevine, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. So I kind of always expected you to be Tyler.